Today we're going to show you this $3.2 million dream home that my clients just purchased. We're going to show you some parts of Hawaii Kai that we didn't show you in our last Hawaii Kai video. All right guys, welcome back to another video with Derek Okahashi and Core Team Hawaii. Today, we're kind of getting a 2 or 3 for 1 special. We wanted to do another video of Hawaii Kai. Also, we just closed on this home over $3 million in Napali, Haveo. This is the ridge. So in Hawaii Kai, there's multiple kind of ridges where you have views. This is the one. This is the luxury, most beautiful views. You're gonna see multiple islands, ocean, marina. And so we wanted to take you inside, take you out back, show you what $3+ million gets you in Hawaii Kai up on the mountain. Hawaii, you gotta take your shoes off. Hey guys, stay tuned till the end and you'll get to see a blooper of me. You may notice the blooper in the video, but we're gonna point it out at the end.
Would you even call it a blooper though?
It's like, it's a bloop on me, you know? So this home is over 4,600 square foot. It's huge. There's actually a room upstairs I'm gonna show you. I think it might be as big as my house. And my house is pretty small. I actually live in a pretty small house. If not, it's almost as big as my house. The big thing here is the views. Let me show you guys the view. So that's the money shot, if you will. So later in the video, you're gonna see us down there at the marina, kind of right over, I can kind of see where we were. We're gonna be showcasing kind of the marina lifestyle. You can see Coco Head, one of the most famous hikes on the island, right up there. In a minute, when we go upstairs especially, you're gonna be able to see views of the other islands. Now it's kind of foggy. It's a little foggy and even foggy, so there's volcanic fog. Maybe foggy, hazy today. You may not be able to see Maui, Molokai, Lanai, the big island, as good as you can see it on other days. But lucky for you guys, we have some footage from another day that we were here. So there's Kamiluiki Elementary School down there. You know, you have these ridges, you have Kamiluiki, you have Mariners Ridge. And so there are multiple vantage points. There's multiple ridges and places up on the mountain in Hawaii Kai where you can get an amazing view. But there's none like Napali, Haveo, none like this community. So I was talking to one of my brokers, you know, 30-year real estate guy, and he was like, oh wow, so you're doing one up there, huh? And he mentioned that's like the Hawaii Loa Ridge of Hawaii Kai. Maybe in one of our future videos where we show everything up the coast, we'll mention Hawaii Loa Ridge, which is some of the most luxury property on the island. On this channel, we've shown some different views, like from Waimea Bay, the views you could potentially get in Makaha, up on the top from Diamond Head. There's nothing like this though. This, I mean, it's its own thing. I can't say that one's better than the other, but this is up in that upper echelon of best views on the island for sure. One of the other things you can see over here is way over there. That's actually Diamond Head. It's rare to see Diamond Head from this vantage point. A lot of local people will go their whole life and never see Diamond Head from here, like from the back, if you will. Over there is Kahala, Black Point. So in one of our upcoming videos, actually, we are going to show Kahala and the beautiful real estate and coastline that is Kahala. A couple of days after we closed on this property, I had to come back to check some repairs and stuff that needed to be made, and the sun was setting. And I did a time lapse, not all the way to the sunsets, but seeing the clouds warp, you know, over this home and through this valley, and seeing the sun set and tuck behind Diamond Head, it's pretty special. When the sun is hitting, you know, Port Lock and the Hawaii Kai Ocean from this vantage point versus here, versus the sunset, you have everything from your blues, greens, oranges. It's pretty amazing. You could actually fit a pool there. You could fit a smaller pool and kind of shape it around the concrete, or you could cut the concrete about right here and fit a pretty decent sized pool. The view behind me is so vast that it almost seems like it shrinks the yard, but the yard's actually not a bad size. And so for you guys, first question, would you put a pool? And second question, if you did put a pool, would you put an infinity pool? It'd be pretty cool to have like a hot tub here or here. I don't know, a hot tub on one side, infinity feature into the pool, and then the infinity pool. It's kind of cool up here too though. It's like, it's a cooler climate. Probably gonna have to add a heated feature. With that, there is a fireplace in this home. So we've shown in different videos, like our Manoa video, Hawaii houses with a fireplace. And you're like, why do you need a fireplace in Hawaii? There is a gas fireplace in this home, which on those really cool, a few nights a year, maybe you could open things up and run the fireplace so it doesn't get too hot, you know? But just a cozy feature or something cool. Like a really good idea that my owners had is to kill all of this hallway space. You have 2 rooms here, and they were like, you know, you don't really need the hall. Why don't we just take this over here? And that's actually a really good idea that I didn't see on the initial walkthrough. I would love to have this as a home office. Invite people over for business meetings, bring them right into the door, you know, have power meetings right here. That'd be pretty cool. This kind of gives me that feel of like a sophisticated, nice, but cozy home office. I could just see right now all of my wife's novels and Charles Dickens and my son's books and stuff. And then I'd have my one little section of like real estate agent growth stuff, you know, business books and stuff. These owners, when they came to me, they're like, Derek, we specifically do not want these Greek columns and statues of dragons, naked Greek figures. You know, some of the stuff you see when you start getting into the 3 to 5 million range in Hawaii Kai, you see some of that stuff. You know, they explain that, hey, we're looking for a dream home, but we still want something that feels like home. And this hit that spot for them. So while, as we take you through the home, you're gonna see a few things that you're like, oh, you know, 3 million, I might update that. I think we agree, you know, there are gonna be certain things that are updated. If my family were buying in this range, in the 3 million range, which we will one day, we kind of be looking for the same thing, a balance of luxury and like grounded, something that still feels like home. In this process, we went in beautiful homes that had like polished concrete floors. And while I walked in and said, that's one of the most beautiful homes I've ever seen, we also walked out and said, a little too sterile. We felt like we were in like a really nice hotel lobby, and we were intentionally trying to avoid that with this home. So keep that in mind as we show you around. Every room in this house that's facing a view has these bay windows. And so from every room, you could sit, you know, my wife would sit here, read a book, and just enjoy this view. There's also a good amount of yard there, so eventually we may end up putting a door. I say we, like I live here, right? But I'll definitely be helping my clients over time. We might put a door here so that family who's staying can access their own private yard. The previous owner, the spouse had passed away, not in the home, but some of the golds and stuff you see are her taste. So eventually some of this stuff may get changed out. Your bathtub doesn't fill up like that, mine does. So the owners of this home, the new owners, some of the best clients we've ever worked with. I love all my clients, so it's hard to say, but Jasmine, Albert, really cool. Jasmine's from Hawaii. It's always special. You know, I want to see everyone win. I want to see everyone achieve abundance. There's always something a little special in this, on this island of, you know, scarce resources and limited land, when someone from Hawaii can return home and deliver to their family, you know, this. I said before, our new friends and clients, when they came to me, they're like, Derek, we don't want, you know, the columns and the posts and the marble and we don't want a hotel lobby for a home. So one of the things I checked in with them was, are you okay with these 2 posts? They said, you know what, our columns, right? They said, we can deal with a couple of them, not so bad. It's a nice little touch going into the dining room. So this would be a formal dining room. One of the things that stood out when we were showing this house and when the new owners, the buyers, were looking at this home was the view from the laundry room. From right here, on the right day, you'd be able to see whales breaching and jumping, and probably the nicest laundry room view that I've ever seen. So you get a few rooftops, you get Coco Head, beautiful panoramic views. Not bad for a laundry room. Ooh, we got the sequence. With a large, oversized 3-car garage like this, would you park your vehicles? Would your gym be out here? Would you put your mother-in-law out here? My new owners, they have some ideas for upgrades over the years. And one of the things they brought forth was to open this living room space. You know, this home is so large, and the living room space is adequate, or the main room space is adequate. But if you put floating stairs here, like nice, custom-built wooden floating stairs, got rid of this storage because there's plenty of storage in the house, then you might be able to move back the staircase and open up the room. Also just give it an open feel, and those stairs would be like an art piece. And it'd be like an art piece when you're hanging out here, when you're entering the house. This home, but what do you guys think? Could I be on HGTV? We actually got an offer last week that they may want to do a feature with us, so that'd be cool. I just picture coming up the stairs and being the stereotypical real estate agent, but it's really not my style. I want to talk to you like you're one of my friends. So friends, what would you guys do with this large landing area at the top of the stairs? It's so big that you can't let it go to waste. But at the same time, you know, what could you do here? I see there's a cable outlet, maybe a second TV for the kids, or maybe a little office nook where you could do some work and still catch the ocean views and Diamond Head views from that window. Put a bar cart maybe, a little chair, study on it, sure. So one of the things I like about this house, and one of the reasons it worked perfect for these people, was they have multi-generational living, you know, so they have elders who they take care of. In Hawaii, we say kupuna, but they have elders who may be living with them at times. And so this home really gives a lot of privacy because you have 4 bedrooms, if you include the study. 4 bedrooms on this side of the house, top and bottom. And they have beautiful bathrooms, large bathrooms, and completely separated from the primary or master bedroom over here, which has the best views in the house. We'll show you where mom-in-law stays. In this house, mom-in-law and father-in-law are probably gonna be downstairs, so they have their private yard. But maybe, you know, kids can stay on this side and leave you alone, you know. So we passed the first bedroom there, and we go into the next bathroom. So imagine if this were your kid's bathroom. You think your kids deserve a bathroom like this? Deep tub. Look how deep this tub is. Every toilet in the house is in its own water closet. So with my family, this would probably end up being my oldest son's room. I don't know if I'd imagine my son having these kind of views, but it would be pretty special to have. And he'd be overlooking his elementary school right there. If you didn't have to use this room for a bedroom, for a kid or something, what would you do in here? I don't know if it's quite big enough for a pool table, and it's carpeted, so you probably want to change that to harder surface flooring. I think this would be my office. I think my wife would end up taking the study with the nice bookshelf because she'd love that. But I don't know, she might want this one too. This would make a great office. Amazing breezes going through the bottom of this home. But a room like this, we don't have the windows open right now, so it could be pretty hot. So I turned on the split air conditioning. And I wanted to point that out because you think of a $3 million home, $4 or $5 million home, and you probably would just assume it'd have central air throughout the home. This home has central air conditioning in part of the home, and then they chose to do split units in other parts. And the reason for that, in Hawaii, you could have a $20 million house, and they may even be more inclined to put these guys in. Because our temperature is so moderate, it may be conducive to leave the windows open downstairs. But if you're up here and this is your office, you might want to cool it down. You can really like segment your home and your cooling and not waste energy and cool off 5,000 square foot of house just because you're the only person home hanging out in the office, you know. When you come to Hawaii, if you're buying real estate, if you're renting real estate, whatever the case may be, maybe get used to these. You know, we have a buyer, actually, Brandy, well, we were looking at a renovation, a fixer-upper, and she's like, I want to put central air throughout. And I was like, okay, before we do a $35,000, $40,000 upgrade in this home, how about we talk about these guys, which for the whole house, we could probably get away for like $10,000. And then when we discussed the pros and cons, she realized that, oh yeah, I guess in a climate where I'm gonna be leaving the windows open all the time, I might choose to do these guys. I've lived in Florida, Virginia, California, etc. As much as going home and making rice and eating musubis is a Hawaii thing, I think split air conditioning is a Hawaii thing. Turn it on, turn it off, cool one room. Perfect for Hawaii. The master bedroom has the central air blowing, nice and cool, and the best views in the entire house. Not to mention it's huge. I think it may be hard to tell exactly how big this room is, but what's amazing is the views. So from this bay window on the right day, you could see everything from Maui and maybe in the Big Island to the sun just sweeping across the sky to potentially the sun setting on the other side of Diamond Head and that ridge there. I flip-flop on this channel. I always say that something's my favorite view. The views from this house, are they your favorite that you've seen on this island so far, on this channel? Or do you like some of the other views? Let us know in the comments. This master bedroom is the size of most people's bedrooms in Hawaii, or at least the kids.
You said this master bedroom.
Oh, so this walk-in closet is the size of a lot of bedrooms in Hawaii. All of the bathrooms have these built-in jacuzzis, as well as stand-up showers. And this one has crazy views. So you could sit on this side and look over at Diamond Head and the whole ocean, or you could sit over here, look at the outer islands and Coco Head from any angle. And one of the interesting things is the owners, the previous owners, they were telling us how you consistently see medevacs and helicopters rescuing people from the top of that hike. We'll bring up footage of that. That hike is one of the most strenuous and also most popular hikes on the island. So if you dehydrate up there, twist an ankle, something of that nature, the only way they're getting you is from a helicopter. And so they said that multiple times a week you'd see rescues. Sit in here, take a bath, turn on the jets, enjoy your wine, and watch people get rescued, unfortunately. One of the features of this home, one of the most amazing things in this home is the square footage. And with the square footage is this bonus room. This bonus room, I was saying earlier in the video, might be the size of my house. I don't know if it's exactly as big as my house, but it's at least 2/3 of my house. I live in a modest place. You know, there's room for a theater. I could have my jiu-jitsu mat set up, exercise bikes, and the kids could still have a whole play area with life-size Legos or, you know, building blocks or something. This place is so big, or this room is so big, and the owners who built it themselves or had, you know, they custom built this home, they intentionally put this bonus space over the garage so that if you did want to put a theater and blast music, or the kids wanted to stomp around, you'd be doing it over the garage. Well thought out placement. Maybe you can hear the echo. That speaks to how large this room is. And so I want to know, what would you guys do with this space? One of our agents who's going to be helping us with this home moving forward, she's a dancer, so she immediately saw dance studio. My guy behind the camera, he sees a production studio, you know, podcast room, film room, etc. The previous owners, they had families staying here. So this was large enough to be like their own little studio. And then they were able to use the bathroom and the closets over here. There's also a wet bar. So this could easily be a large, I mean, you could run a 5-6 table poker tournament out of this room and keep the bar over here. So pretty cool space. One of the things I wanted to mention as we do this walkthrough, you might be thinking, why is there blue tape? So if you've done construction before or anything like that, you know that the blue tape day is when you put blue tape on any touch-ups that need to be made. So in the purchase of this home, we were able to negotiate and get the windows scheduled to be replaced. There's certain windows that have lost their gas seals, so there's fogging. So we're able to get the windows replaced for the new owners, but we're on that company schedule. So we're leaving this blue tape up so that they replace the window, know which windows to replace. A key feature of Hawaii Kai is the Oahu Club. Perfect for COVID actually, since we're kind of coming out of COVID right now. Kind of an open air fitness facility. Tennis courts, lounging area. They wouldn't let us fully in today, you know, COVID guidelines, and everyone's a little touchy. Let's take a peek inside. So you have kids getting swimming lessons behind me. I would say most kids in Hawaii Kai, if they didn't learn how to swim in the ocean, they probably learned how to swim at the Oahu Club. Another full size, like 50-meter Olympic size swimming pool, outdoor pool. Probably one of the nicest pools on the island. You can kind of see through the trees and through the fence and stuff here, all the workout equipment. So they're like treadmills and machines for getting your pump on, you know. Like I said, perfect for, you know, the timing of today. We're in November, almost December, late November 2021. There's still mask guidelines and stuff here in Hawaii. And so, yeah, this is perfect for that. And you can kind of see the grassy area and other recreation areas out in the distance. We have some more Hawaii Kai to show you before we get out of here. We're going to show you the marina and the ocean, and we're going to hit traffic because we're going back towards town and towards the west side. So we came to this coffee shop. We went to, you know, F45 Fitness there, but I didn't really comment on like marina living. So in addition to luxury real estate up on the ridges, on the ocean and Port Lock, those are the first two things you think of when you think of Hawaii Kai, sort of upscale living, right? Port Lock is some of the most expensive real estate on the island, and for good reason. You can see how beautiful it is. And then you have beautiful homes like the one up on the ridge that we opened this video with. But you also have marina living. I think of, what's the lake in Oregon you're saying?
Lake Oswego.
Lake Oswego. I'm not an Oregonian. When I lived in the Bay Area in California, there were certain communities in Alameda or in Benicia, you know, places where you could live on the water. I think of Florida with the intercoastal waterways where homes have docks and things of that nature. Hawaii being an island in the middle of the ocean, you would think maybe it offered more of this kind of living, but really, at least on Oahu, there isn't a lot of it. And most islands, there isn't a lot of this kind of living. So On Oahu, you have Kaneohe Bay. There's the yacht club over there. In Ewa Beach, Ho'akale is a community that they're building to kind of rival this. There's a marina that's been created and made, and eventually they have plans for condos and shops and homes. A little Hawaii Kai-ish in Ewa Beach, but a lot more newly developed and intentional. Currently, if you want this kind of marina living with your stand-up paddleboard right outside of your townhome, or maybe docking your boat up to your home, this is the best spot on the island. Maybe the best spot in the state for this. Everywhere from maybe a little bit older townhomes like this one over here to more of the single family homes this way. A lot of times you'll see people, what's the word?
Like water activities.
Water activity, like wakeboarding tours. What am I trying to think of? It's where I learned how to wakeboard. When I tried to wakeboard in Florida, I almost ripped my arms out. And then the guys over here taught me how. They just relax and pull you up, and it worked. We just saw the harbor patrol or marina patrol pass by, people passing by in their personal boats. So this is another aspect of Hawaii Kai living that we left out of the last video. You can kind of see a boat or maybe a jet ski over there. That bridge, like that's the ocean. So unlike the bay or a lake on the mainland or whatnot, this is salt water. I mean, we're 500 yards removed from the open ocean. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. There's a reason why Hawaii Kai is, carries the price point it carries and sort of the allure that it does. So we didn't go all the way up to show you guys Makapu'u last time. I think we, as locals, we sleep on it. We forget because you don't go there that often. When was the last time you went to Makapu'u?
Like 3 years ago.
3 years?
Yeah.
It's so amazing, and when you live in Hawaii Kai, it wouldn't necessarily be 3 years because it would be easy for you to take the route to Kailua up the coast and maybe check out the Kailua Farmers Market or something. So we are at the Maunalua Beach Park. Growing up in Hawaii, but not growing up in Hawaii Kai, this was just like that beach park in Hawaii Kai, right? If you want to kayak or do ocean activities and whatnot, this is probably going to be your launching pad. There's even some surf spots out there. Shh, don't tell anyone. This is the main intersection. Like when you think we're going to Hawaii Kai, you really think of like these first two intersections. So it gets busy over there. There's a long line of people going in over here. And then the next intersection over the hill puts you in the Koko Marina Shopping Center, which we drove through in our other Hawaii Kai video. So Hawaii Kai is really like these three stoplights, even though sometimes we think of it as a longer part of this coast. Remember on my last Hawaii Kai video, which we're gonna tag at the end of this one, I jumped off the rocks swimming and actually cut my foot that day. That's at China Walls in Port Lock. That's right over there. There's actually some cool waves over there too, dangerous waves. So if you're not experienced, don't surf it. All right guys, that was Hawaii Kai part 2, along with my client's new dream home. Make sure to contact us through our website below. Make sure to watch our other Hawaii Kai video. And remember those comments, like, subscribes, they put gas in our tank. Thank you guys for watching. Hawaii, you gotta take your shoes off.
You didn't take your shirt off and your pants off.
I know.
The same as the last video.
As I was driving here, I went, I'm wearing the same thing I wore in the last video.